Thanks for the heads up. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good evening, everyone.
Page,
Here.
Peters,
Here.
Childers,
Here.
Wolfersberger,
Here.
Cummings,
Here.
Rapp.
Here. There are no public proclamations or appointments tonight. On the appointment side, I'm going to be, if anybody has any suggestions for the Fall Festival Committee. Had a couple people lead the committee, so if you have any, please let me know, because we're going to have to make some appointments to that relatively shortly.
Who is still on the board?
Well, right now, it's Nora. And
You should ask Nora.
I don't know, we're kind of up in the air on a couple people.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's gonna be reformed basically. So generally there's 5, I think.
Iris.
Yeah, so that's coming down the line. Just if you can think of anybody that might be a good fit for that.
I hear like volunteer. No, no, anybody can go.
Okay, public comment. And we have some.
Nobody's checked, yes. Does anybody here want to do public comment?
Okay. Consent agenda consists of the regular village board meeting minutes from our last meeting, February 10th, and the approval of bills in the amount of $1,753,727.89. And it's larger this time because of the payments to final payments to the sewer plant. Schaumburg. We got the money from the EPA, so from the state, so we made the payments.
I do have a couple of questions. Yeah, and that was just going back to minutes. One, I had a lot of people from the audience that were interjecting, having plans for when they came up about the RFP for the sports complex. And a lot of them made overtures. They're gonna come in and talk to you. Did any of them come in and share anything with you?
Nobody from the audience, but I've had at least one, maybe 2. One from that neighborhood get a hold of me in the meantime and sit down and talk.
Okay, so you have had one.
One.
You were asking what specifically?
Well, I just wondered if any of them did. I mean, there was a lot of discontent and they were talking about you could do this, do that, and people were talking about coming in and meeting with you. And I just wonder if any of them did come in. And if you can share their ideas, or if you want to wait till later, that's fine.
Yeah, I kind of like to wait, but it was a North Glover Street resident and they're concerned, he wasn't at the meeting, couldn't make the meeting, expressed the exact same concerns as the folks that did attend.
But no ideas.
But no.
Okay. All right. Another question I had is on DD6. Did you find out anything about it? Where did they get their money or anything?
No, I've requested that information from
Okay. All right. That's all I've got there.
Okay,
Make a motion that we approve the consent agenda as submitted.
I'll second
any further discussion? So,
Peters.
Yeah.
Childers,
Yes.
Wolfersberger,
Yes.
Cummings,
Yes.
Rapp.
it. Yes.
Motion passed 5-0.
okay, new business, consideration of a staff letter and possible approval of a resolution authorizing an MOU, a memorandum of understanding for placement of the community garden at Hackworth Park. As you recall, Girl Scouts came in 3 months ago, 4 months ago, and we supported in theory the option 1 of their proposal for a community garden at Hackworth Park. And since then, Joe's been working with them and Public Works been working with them on what that's really going to look like. And one of the things we decided we probably ought to have, some sort of MOU outlining responsibilities and authorities of the park, so we kind of get an idea of really what's going to go on, what it's going to look like. It's a very short MOU, but we officially grant them permission, and we did call it the dinosaur park, so that's what we're talking about. And we retain our rights to intervene if we need to. It's pretty basic.
So is there any need to have something in there about should they decide to cease their working, that they would let us know so we know what's going on, or is that not necessary, or?
It just states the obvious that if they don't keep it up, then we're gonna come in and get rid of it, basically, so it's clear.
That's fine, thank you.
Are there any questions about that?
Motion approved as presented.
I'll stop that.
Peters,
Yes.
Childers,
Yes.
Wolfersberger,
Yes.
Cummings,
Yes.
Rapp.
Yes.
Motion passed 5-0.
Next item is consideration possible approval of resolution authorizing disposal of surplus equipment. Which is in your packets, page wherever, 20.
Be okay with me introducing this one?
Absolutely, go
This,
for it.
this is, I think, the third disposal resolution that we've done, and it's just housekeeping. What we do is you authorize this, we'll put it up for auction, and we'll market the auction link. We've used, municipal in the past, and have had really good success with it. These are items that are just the word, as the word says, surplus, so we can part with it and we'll try to get the best return for it possible. If you don't have any questions, just need a motion to approve. You won't see this again. These will be sold. So, if we get a qualifying bid, we'll sell it, so. If there's any questions, I'm happy to answer them.
We got questions, I'll make a motion or somebody else.
Do they not move their notes?
Those were for when we had pickleball nets out at the sports complex, and they are extraordinarily heavy. And so we purchased more mobile portable nets for Folk Park where they're sharing the tennis court. So they're more mobile so that anybody can go there and move around pretty easily, and the court is multi-sport.
I'll second this motion.
Okay. I just had anybody had a question, I'll make a motion if they didn't.
We recognize your motion in the second.
Okay.
Go ahead,
Okay.
Mike.
Childers,
Yes.
Wolfersberger,
Yes.
Cummings,
Yes.
Rapp,
Yes.
Peters.
Yes.
Motion passed 5-0.
Right. Item 3, consideration of possible approval waiver. Requesting preliminary plat process and fees associated with Shade Creek subdivision. Located at the extension of West Evergreen Street north of the wastewater treatment plant. This has been a long time coming, been in the plan for how long? Year?
2 years.
2 years. And we're to the point where I think it's gonna start. And so what they're asking for is a waiver of the preliminary process. Joe could explain that for us, because I'll mess it up. I'm sure.
There's the preliminary plat process, which is kind of like a preamble to the final plat. It's and our engineers recommend amending our code at some point to make it a more formal waiver for certain sizes of subdivisions. We don't have that, so that's why you're being asked to waive that portion right now. They still have to go through the final plat, which will address, everything that it needs to address for the project. But so that's just basically a time saving. It's basically, and then the other item that Mr. Taylor is requesting a waiver, which is on the fees that are associated with the project. So that's more of a this is an economic incentive to waive fees, basically. So it's up to you if you want to do that or not. That's all I have unless you learn more.
Yeah, now is this in the tip?
It is
It is in the tip, and he has not asked for any
correct.
TIF money at this point, and as alternative, I think, after the waiver of the fees.
Is there a reason? Have you guys not ever checked money yet?
I don't think he's going to. I think
Okay. He's not going to.
Yeah, I mean, this all started before the TIF.
Okay,
Yes.
And I think he's just progressing as he normally progresses. I personally have no objection to it because I want to get something moving.
No, I'm not, I mean, I agree with you something to it, but are we gonna set precedents? Start waiving fees for folks and others as well and come next.
that's a good point.
My concern.
Now that the TIF is established, I think that that's our reasoning for not waiving in the future, except for like we can say that this one was a previous discussion.
Previous to the
prior
TIF.
to TIF, so we could make that the exception to not.
I think as long as we have that as part of our motion so that it's documented, I would be comfortable with that piece.
So then a motion to waive to. What would the motion say?
To approve the waiver of fees.
A preliminary plat process. And fees. Contingent on,
Contingent upon that this was done, this was started before the TIF was in place. And so therefore, we're not setting precedents based on that, the TIF is where we feel that should be utilized first.
I'll second.
Cummings,
Yes.
Brad,
Yes.
Peters,
Yes.
Childers,
Yes.
Wolfensberger.
Yes.
Motion passed 5-0.
old business, none. Village administrator updates.
I have a couple of things, coming up, we're gonna have just a staff letter on discretionary, budget items. So if you just be thinking if there's anything in your mind, but that will be coming up soon. Our trustee rep requested that I, get some information from DD6, so I was going to mention that in this portion. But I requested some financial information, just so everybody can have an idea of what type of funds the drainage district is working with. And then also, if you go to the staff report that is sitting on your desk, I wanted to point out something in the budget report that's printed for you on a monthly basis. If you go to the O2 fund, it says Parks and Recreation Fund on the front of it. There's one that says absent sales tax on it. So that when you guys come in, if you see it, code is 02000354. And so we have brought money in for the first month. If you flip the page and go to the O3 fund, it mimics where it says non-home rule sales tax. It mimics that one, 0300301. So those two are each are half cent, basically. The whole point of saying that is that your Parks and Recreation Fund is bringing in revenue. So that's good.
What were those numbers again? Okay, I didn't go far.
337.
Yeah, that's-
But I'm pointing that I definitely want you all just to look at those as they come in, just to get a good reply. Okay, but that's all I have.
Those are things.
They came in quicker than I thought it would. The state made it sound like we wouldn't get it this quick. So I wasn't surprised that you did. So it's good.
That's good, that is, we just approved that and we're getting some revenue in and it relieves the general fund of some of the burden of stuff being transferred from the general fund to the park fund, so I think we're
Moving in the right
headed in the right direction fiscally for management of parks and special events. Say, trustee have anything they want to?
Yeah, I got a question, and that's, you know, when we talk about community center, I just wondered, are we gonna make a commitment? I mean, it's supposed to fund itself, so if it's funded itself, we're gonna make a resolution that says, okay, it's self-sustaining. Because I'm worried about that being a drain, just like a park for in the future. I just will bring that up, we can talk about it more in the future, but it's something we need to consider, because I don't foresee it ever be self-sustained, but I know that's the premise. And I think we need to, just like we did with the Girl Scouts and their flower beds and that, we need to consider something like that for it.
Understand it
Yes.
should not be.
Yeah.
I'm gonna propose when we get to that point, a contract between the Wright Foundation and the village outlining just what you're saying. I think it's preliminary now because they still don't have the money to build the whole thing yet. And once we get to the point where we're digging dirty, I think before we put a shovel in the ground, that what you're talking about has to be
Well, we need,
laid out in writing.
yeah,
The township was also involved, because they donated 100,000, they will probably be involved in this as well.
well, it's something we need to consider. It's just like the parks and all that. It's all well intended, but it was kind of an unfunded mandate. That's what came out of the general fund. And that's where I made suggestions, and we got the funding now for the park. You need to be thinking about the same thing, because I look at it gonna be a liability.
I agree with you on this needs to be in writing, and the village needs to be very clear about what's the village's responsibility and what's SJRS responsibility and how's the money gonna flow.
Okay,
I would 100% agree with you.
Okay.
We're just not to that point yet.
okay, well, I wanted to bring it up just because it's, we have a difference of opinion.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
I have no issue with that at all.
Okay, all right, that's the only thing I have.
I think we got nothing else, then it's his turn to do the motion for the executive session.
Yeah. Okay. Make a motion to enter into executive session for the limited purpose of discussing pending or imminent litigation pursuant to 5 ILCS 120/2, section C, 11.
Second.
Okay, we do have a question. No, we still have a quorum if you leave. So I think Andrea's gonna step out during this because of a potential conflict of interest. I think it's
We're not taking any action when we
We're
come
not
out, we're
taking
just
any
gonna
action.
adjourn, so you could do what you all want, but it seems like you just go home and that's okay.
Yeah,
And then the minutes will just show that she left the meeting at such and such time.
because when we come back, we're gonna adjourn. That's all we're gonna do, so.
Do I take roll call
It's
with her?
okay. Thank you. don't
I take roll call and
Then she leaves.
you could leave before the roll call even if you like.
That's very weird.
Okay,
All right, well then roll call it, she'll abstain and then you'll show that she's left.
okay, Brad,
Yes.
Peters,
Yes.
Childers,
Abstain.
okay. Wolfersberger,
Yes.
Cummings,
Yes.
okay, motion passed 4-1-0.
Okay, we're gonna go into executive session, so. Thank you folks for coming, by the way. We appreciate it. See you, Reed.
Second one of the month, so short. Good. Clock alert.
This was a short one tonight, sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
Thanks, Adrian.
Okay, well, let's disconnect this.